pre-orders for these, so let's just get right into it. I do want to thank my local comic shop for giving me these books, for holding these books for me and stuff. I'm kind of a pain in the ass because I ordered them all and then I wait until like ages because Swansea's quite far away from where I live. But yeah, they're really nice guys for holding the books for me, and I just want to give them a shout out. Thanks guys, and their Facebook page is below if you're watching this. Thank you to everyone who works there, and yeah, this isn't a sponsor. I'm just I want to kind of make it up to them for being a pain in the ass when it comes to collecting books. But yeah, anyhow, onto the books. This first one I got quite a while ago, but I wanted to show it off because I really liked it, and I just never did a pull list video at the time. I think I picked it up with like one of the books, so I didn't see the point. But yeah, this is Superman 709. As you can see by the cover, it features Flash, and it is another edition of, well, it's JMS doing his grounded arc on Superman. Now this has been kind of panned by most people, and I haven't read a lot of it, but Grounded seems like it's not liked by a majority of people. But I read this issue and I really liked it. It's kind of it's the standalone. You don't really need to know much about the Grounded series. As I said, I haven't been reading it. I wanted to, but I never got into it. Like I don't know. I read Superman 700, which I reviewed, and ever since then I've only really picked up this. But I wanted to talk about it because it's kind of a standalone issue. Even if you're not following Grounded, it's kind of a nice Flash and Superman, Barry and Clark kind of dynamic. The first, I'd say, couple of pages is a little action sequence where you see Barry and he's running really, really fast. He's been like possessed by this Kryptonian thing, and it's Superman basically trying to catch up with him and get this thing off his head. But as soon as that happens, it just becomes like just half the book is just dialogue between Clark and Barry, and it's just really interesting because they haven't really talked that much since Barry came back. I mean, the last time they talked was in Superman 700, which they reference in here, and it kind of felt a bit, I don't know, it kind of felt like Barry was kind of in a rush, but this is the first time they've actually sat down and talked in a comic since then, and it's quite nice because they like talk about each other and what they both think of when they're running and stuff, and there is something really cool in the end I wanted to mention. They reference Superman 700, the bit where Barry says that when he runs all he sees is a blur, and you find out that he was actually just joking, and what he actually sees is everything because his mind works at a really fast speed, and that's quite interesting. I don't know if this is a retcon or if it was intended to be a joke, but I don't know what you guys tell me in the comments, but when I read it I kind of felt like it was genuine, that JMS kind of planned this to be Barry joking and then Superman kind of taking it seriously, and then in this issue, of course, Barry kind of tells him he was joking, and it kind of cheers Superman up a bit because he's been kind of down in the dumps, as we know from Grounded. But yeah, just a real nice standalone issue. Even if you're not reading Grounded, I recommend you pick it up if you see it somewhere. So yeah, the next two books are both Batman books. If you know me, you know I love Batman, and I probably get about 2 Batman issues every time I go to the store. So yeah, I'm not actually reading the main Batman title or Detective Comics right now, but as always is with Batman, it's about 100 different Batman stories going on. So yeah, here are the 2 Batman books I got. The first is the prequel to Arkham City, and the kind of sequel. It kind of bridges the gap between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, which I played Arkham Asylum. I've got the normal version and the Game of the Year edition, so that just tells you what I think of that game. I may do a review of it in the future, but yeah, I love the game and I really wanted to pick up the series, and plus it's by Paul Dini, so even if you don't like the game, which I don't know why, please pick this up because Paul Dini's awesome. But anyway, on to the issue. This is actually issue 3. I've read issue 1 and 2. I picked up issue 3. This kind of takes place a bit after issue 2. Arkham City has already been put up and most of the criminals are already in here. The 2 established gangs are now the Joker gang and the Penguin gang. And basically the story follows this guy, let me see if I can find his name. Lester Kurtz. So it follows this crook called Lester Kurtz who's been put in Arkham City, and he's got a reputation for himself. He's not that big, but it's it's okay, and he's deciding which gang to choose to go inside, because obviously in Arkham City, if you want to survive, you have to choose a gang to join. So first he goes to see what Joker's gang is like, and then he goes to see what Penguin's gang is like, and he chooses a gang. It's really interesting, and it follows him, probably all of the issue, and it just gives you a little insight into what Arkham City is like now. And the Penguin in this, as always, Paul Dini writes Batman's villains amazingly. The Penguin and the Joker, both really enjoyable. They've both got like counter opposite, their opinions on like what they should do and stuff, and the way they run their businesses are really just different. As you can see, they're very different criminals, and it's kind of funny to see two Batman villains, two people who hate Batman, fighting against each other. So that's always cool. And I don't want to give too much away with this issue. There's a reveal at the end that you can kind of see coming. Paul Dini has probably done this a lot of times, but I don't want to give it away. But it's kind of obvious. So pick this up if you're interested in Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. If you like Arkham Asylum, or if you're going to pick up Arkham City, I really recommend picking this up. And the next Bat book I picked up is probably my favourite Batman series ongoing. It's Batman Incorporated. It's probably one of the best Batman series runs on Batman I've ever read. Grant Morrison's. It's just really cool how everything seems like he's planned it out. Now we get back in this issue to recruiting Batmen from all over the world, and we go to Man of Bats, which is I'm pretty sure I can't remember what the town's called. But he's like an Indian, Native American inspired Batman, where he's kind of, everyone knows Man of Bats. If you've read what's the Black Glove, Batman Black Glove, then you know who Man of Bats is. It's just a really interesting story about Man of Bats. It's more centered around Man of Bats and his son Raven, his sidekick, and their relationship. And it's only until about halfway through the Batman appears in the issue, but when he does, all hell breaks loose, and it's really cool to see what these two have to go through and their relationship. It's kind of more about the relationship between Raven and Man of Bats. But it's a really interesting issue, and the series continues to be absolutely astounding. I can't wait to see what Batman's gathering his army for. We get to see hints now and there, but hopefully the DC reboot doesn't affect this too much. I really want to see what happens, so that's it. This week I also picked up Flashpoint issue 1, 2, and 3. The reason I picked this up is because I just haven't had a chance. I kind of ordered all 3 of them. They all came, so I just picked them all up. I'm going to be reading. Well, I've read them, but I'm going to be reading 4 and 5 before I I'm going to do a generalization of. I'm going to do a Flashpoint review. All the books I got for Flashpoint, the main series. I'm going to pick up all 5 of them. Yeah, there's 5, and I'm also going to be reviewing books that I got. Kind of like this one I got. Flashpoint, Deathstroke and the Curse of the Ravager, and I think I might get the Batman one as well, but I'm not sure. But Flashpoint seems interesting right now so far, but you'll have to wait for my review of that. Thanks guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.